road trip, go see the lights. I want to go do that.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Triple P and J.
Hey. It's good to see y'all again.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell up in the corner.
The notification
I said it
bell.
right. Notification bell. The bell.
The bell that notifies
the bell.
You gonna get alerts.
And
that means watch the video.
Tell all your friends about us too. We're very entertaining.
That
all
part.
of them.
Right. Hit share and then select everybody in your friends list and then blow that shit up.
Grandma, auntie, uncle,
your baby mama,
cousin,
baby daddies,
your step mammy,
the hoes.
all of them.
Speaking of hoes, I'm just playing.
I was like, no, why the hoes?
There's a ho for all the
for the holidays.
For the holidays.
Yeah.
Ooh. Because it is that season.
Yep.
I do love the season.
I see you got all your stuff.
I got my list.
Since we talking about the holidays, y'all got y'all booze for the holidays?
Got your boo.
How many y'all got?
How many?
Right.
Put it in the comments.
Because you can only have matching outfits so many times.
That part.
Some of y'all bitches. Oh, I saw on my social media today. This couple, they had on some matching outfits. And I feel like it's always the bitches who aren't happy that be posing to be happy on social media. Bitch, we don't care about your matching outfit. Your pajamas and shit.
Oh, you
I might just do
trying
match
too hard?
pajamas.
The ones that be trying too hard, the ones that be trying to be...
We've been so happy for the past 3 months of our
You was just on
2
live
month
crying.
relationship.
You was just on live crying.
You was just getting cheated. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Not cheated on.
Not cheated on. But no, it is the holiday season.
She know.
She know. Guys.
She knows.
I have a question.
Knows,
I have a good question.
Right, what's the question?
So what do we... Go ahead and get into what we talking about tonight, Jalisa.
Is a can we fuck text rude? Is it rude?
I'm not going to say it's rude. I would say it's a little desperate. But, I mean... Well, maybe not.
Elaborate.
No,
I think
not.
it just depends on the maturity. I think it depends on like how much you know that person. Like if you have a general sense or idea or vibe that they're like.
Is this just
just a can we fuck text like
friends with benefits type situation?
Like you text the person, can we fuck?
Right.
Would you find it rude if somebody texted you, can we fuck?
I would not.
Depending on the relationship?
Depending on the relationship, I would not.
So what if somebody just like you just met just hit you up and said, can we fuck? Outside of looks or anything else?
Oh, well.
He thought too hard. He would have said yes.
No, it depends on the person.
Behind closed doors, he would say yes.
It depends on what they
definitely be.
Bring your noodle over here.
It depends on who they look like.
Noodle ain't hard.
It really does depend on what they look like.
Not if you don't boil it.
That part. So yeah, if they hot.
Willis, we forgot to tell you. We changed the topic for this week. We're not talking about the holidays.
So
to fill you in.
I thought we were just gonna keep talking about it.
Y'all have a good night.
Well,
we'll be right back, guys. He is mad at us. Welcome back.
So we're back because bitches want to be dramatic and shit and make an exit, but we're back.
Anyway, back to the topic at hand. The can we fuck text. Then you were saying it depends on maturity and.
Yeah, I mean to me it's got like a lot of different things. It depends on like the maturity of that relationship between people, or like who you dealing with, how long you know them. I don't know the vibe you get. To me,
to be honest, I don't feel like I would ever just text somebody, can we fuck? I think that...
Do you think the verbiage is rude?
I mean, I don't think...
Can we participate in adult intercourse?
It's not rude.
I don't think the verbiage is rude. I think that text was probably sent while they were already having a conversation. I don't feel like that they just texting out the blue, can we fuck?
But where's the context on that though? Like the context is like you just send it. Cause the context for that is so open. Like I don't think you was just having a conversation and then you just hit them up. Cause
It's just easy to ease into it if you're having a really good conversation.
Right.
I mean, if it's a I don't know. I don't feel like I've done that before. Maybe I have. I don't remember if I did. I don't know.
It just
I
depends
don't
on
necessarily
my
think-
relationship.
think about the person that you like, and in your head, think about just sending them a text message right now. Can we fuck? How would that play out?
I don't think it would be rude.
Okay.
It wouldn't be rude.
Actually, I think that they might partake.
Okay.
Would.
For you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You?
Mm.
But it honestly just depends
You-
on the relationship.
Don't look at me.
You
I'm a
just
virgin.
asked us.
I'm a virgin.
Oh, you told them that you was starting OnlyFans. Virgins don't do that.
Y'all
Oh
subscribe
my
to the
God,
Virgin
happy
OnlyFans.
virgin.
Right, the Virgin OnlyFans. This is how you meal prep.
You cook my fish.
took my top off for you.
I flex a nipple for you.
So, none of y'all feel like it was rude?
No.
I don't know. I think it can be.
Now, if I don't know
it
you,
can be
yes.
rude. Like it just, like I said, it just depends on the person. Like
Prime example, if you are on a dating app and you've never talked to the person before,
Oh, hell
you,
no.
you could see each other's, profile and pictures and all of that. If they send it then, because I'm sure some of y'all know how dating apps go.
Right.
They start the conversation off with shit that and it's not a hey. So how do y'all feel that would go if it was
if
like
it's
on a
Tinder,
dating
it's
app?
valid.
It's valid.
It's
If
still-
it's Tinder, it's valid because
Mm-mm.
Tinder is just nothing but.
Why are you
hoes.
so eager to fuck? Is what I would
See,
question.
that's me.
Why does it gotta be eager?
Like, if
You don't
you're
even
not
know
even
me. I could be
saying hi,
I could be slow or something. And you talking about can we fuck? The first question.
Yeah, you're not saying-
Some guys, the box is the box.
And
You know what I'm
that's-
saying? They trying to put whatever package they got in there.
I'd be like, what do you have?
And-
You
and
have
that's
something?
desperation.
Yeah, but there's dudes that do that all the time. Not even dudes. It's just people in general that do it
And
all
that's
the time.
desperation.
Why is it desperate?
Because you don't know me. You don't
From
know
a can of
me.
paint.
Right. And then you're not even going to say hi to me. So basically you're telling
What
me.
about what if they just don't care?
That makes it rude.
You have no
I feel
standards.
like-
Who else are you doing this to?
Right.
I feel like
it doesn't make them desperate though.
I
Yeah,
feel
it
like
does.
I feel like some people, yes, it might make them desperate, but I also feel like some people feel like, okay, well, we're all on this app for the same reason or
Right.
whatever.
Well, they just want to get straight to the point. They
Right.
want to try it or they don't. There's some people that like it and there's some people that don't. They just don't care. They're not desperate, and I don't think they'd be desperate. Some just don't care, and like they'll just go and just like, can we fuck until they get one, and then it's just like,
So
That sounds
goes,
desperate.
I was going to say, that makes it go like, yes, but it also goes back to, is it rude? But that's not a text, though. That's just a
That's a
message.
text.
it's a text.
It's a
They
text
call them.
message.
In a dating app.
Imagine calling somebody first.
Hey,
But-
can we fuck?
So if we're in a dating app,
I know you don't know me, but
I never really think of like messaging in a dating app as texting, but
What do you think it is?
just
getting their
messaging.
phone number and then texting.
Yeah, that's what I think of that.
Okay.
You know, like, because if I'm depending on what app it is, you're not getting my phone number for a minute. But
You can have my Snapchat.
that part, yeah, hit up the DMs, do something like that. But no, you're not getting my phone number. But it's like just right out the gate, that pisses me off more than anything. If they're, can we fuck? Do you want to hook up?
Are you
or
DTF?
or that, or
If they
Or
use
they
the
just send the
abbreviation.
pictures.
send the pictures, the unsolicited pictures, and it's like, Jesus fuck you, or no.
You don't have no morals.
Not even the morals. I don't give a damn about the morals. I'm just getting like, you're not looking at me as a
But that
person.
ain't desperate.
You're looking
That's
at
what
me
it
as
is.
like you're either wanting.
This is why.
So how? I'm confused. How does morals not matter, but desperation matters?
And it doesn't matter. What it's doing is, when I say
That's
that,
the different. That's kind of what I was saying. Like if you just saying like you're saying they're desperate because if they went through and they just said, "Can we fuck?" or "Can we fuck?" to another person, "Can we fuck?" until they got a link, they don't got no morals. But they might not be desperate. They just probably just don't care, and they're just like in the mood or whatever. Like if it happens, it happens.
What I mean is that the fact
You don't care about the morals though.
I don't give a damn about the morals.
Okay,
but
so
I
how
do.
is that? That's not to me. That's not.
I want you to respect me.
I think
That's how I
I
look
think
at it. And
that's
then find that disrespectful.
I think that some people could view the no moral thing as desperation as well too, because it's kind of like you're just, and not speaking on you, it's just like you're just hooking up with anybody.
Right.
It's the same thing as them messaging you out of the blue.
Well, not messaging. Like the right out the gate is, do you want to fuck, or like you send in a dick pic.
They're desperate and have no morals.
Right, but I'm saying is like you don't have any respect for me.
Right.
Like
some people don't got respect for themselves and they don't care and they're cool with that.
And that's what they want to do. But I'm not that one. So
yeah, but it's kind of the same way that like everybody has different opinions on that. So I'm not trying to say that this is the type of stuff that I do, but I'm just saying like if somebody's like wants to get straight to the point, because there's some girls that want to get straight to the point too. They don't like small talk. They don't like the ha get to know me. They really just want to fuck, and they're not desperate. They just don't care.
No, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Does that mean that they have no respect for themselves?
No, I didn't.
Does that make them desperate though?
So that's where I'm trying to get the connection.
So what makes them desperate? Because I'm confused again now.
To me, it makes them.
Okay, so that's your opinion?
Yeah.
Where are we drawing the line here?
I don't get it.
Can y'all comment?
If you're desperate, right?
Right.
Whether it's your opinion or not, they're still desperate,
Why are
right?
you quiet over there?
I'm listening.
No,
because you started all of this.
Willis was already, and you right back in this because you and Willis was touching bases for a second.
We were.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you're desperate, you're desperate. I mean,
right.
The first message is, "Can we fuck?" There's no hello. How's your
make
day
somebody
going?
Desperate though. They just don't care.
I don't agree.
Desperation is just like I'll do whatever I can to get some to.
That's literally them doing whatever they can.
But I think there's also a difference between people who just do shit because they don't care, and then people who are just doing it because, and then when they try, like they keep begging for it. Like there's some people who hit it, they get a no, they don't care, boom. Like there's some people who are just like desperate, like they keep going to walk, like maybe like one person, and they just keep fiending for it.
You're messaging multiple people the same thing.
Mm-hmm. I think that's people who just like, yeah, some people can be desperate, but in my opinion, like I think that's like some people who just don't give a fuck enough to where they don't care. Like just like, this is funny, so I'm gonna see.
I feel like desperate and not having no morals is almost the same shit, and it's equivalent.
Yeah, I get it. There's a fine line between these two. That's why we're kind of like debating on it.
It's
right
very
now.
fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very fine line.
Right.
Well, my thing with it is when we're comparing those two, desperation and no morals. Like to me, no morals means that
you don't care.
You do not give a fuck about morals. Yeah, you don't give a fuck about this person or anything like that.
Or yourself for the most part.
Or yourself.
Maybe you don't ever watch the
desperation is the fact of it is. I have to find somebody. I guess
You're eager to find someone who's gonna give in, and it doesn't matter who it is.
Right. Like I guess the whole thing that separates the two of them is the intent behind that. If that makes sense.
That's valid.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the determining factor between the two.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think it's like a difference between a need and a want. Like some people need it. That's desperation. Some people want it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's desperation. I think
if you have,
I just think that's just like no morals.
Mm-hmm. I mean, morals is a slippery slope.
It is. Anywho, don't be a nasty bitch.
Drop down in the comments and let us know how y'all feel about it. What do y'all consider to be desperate? What do y'all consider to be people that have no morals, or what's your opinion on it?
Would you feel it? You feel it's rude
to text somebody?
If somebody texted you, do you want to fuck? Do you feel it's rude?
No, I don't feel like it's rude. I would probably laugh at it. I said I probably wouldn't.
I wouldn't feel insulted, but I decline it.
I would actually feel kind of flattered, but I probably would decline it too.
Probably.
Probably. It depends on what
You
mood I'm
strongly use
It
that
depends
word.
on what mood. It depends on what mood I'm in that day.
Probably.
Shit.
Probably yes.
I live with
You kind of cute.
Depends on the mood.
Alright.
What's the next question?
So Curtis, if you were in a relationship and your significant other was like, "Hey, I want to have a threesome. I think we should do it." Would that alter your relationship with that person, or would it stay the same? Would you do it?
Yes, I would probably do it. It wouldn't alter my relationship. I think maybe the behaviors after the threesome and maybe during the threesome would kind of decide what
Ooh, you
What
playing fire
happens?
at that point? Then we'll see
Going
what it
all
does.
out for this bitch.
we'll see what
We'll
happens.
see what happens.
I mean, they say you're supposed to keep your partner happy, keep it spicy a little bit. So if they want to try it, okay, I'd be down to try it. But we're gonna see where it goes from there. I don't feel like it would initially alter the relationship unless you're continuing to do disrespectful shit after the fact.
You want to know what I feel like what makes that type of stuff fail is communication and setting boundaries. People go into it they don't communicate before it happens or set boundaries to a certain extent. So when you just kind of go into it and things happen and like you can
And that wouldn't
uncomfortable.
happen with me. We would set some ground rules.
Right. I personally wouldn't do it. I'm selfish. I'm how do you say it? Monogamous.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty monogamous.
I definitely
in a
do.
relationship.
I definitely do like my significant other all to myself too, but I wouldn't be completely opposed to that.
That's understandable because there's a lot of different types of relationships out there where they do whatever they can to keep their partner sexually interested, I guess, or like keep the fire, the flame, or spice, or whatever you call it in a relationship. So you kind of get those, oh, I wouldn't eat no booty or something like that. But then you hear Kevin Gates, oh, I eat the booty. If my girl want me to eat the booty, I eat the booty.
Where'd the accent come from?
That part. When the fuck you been in the streets?
It'd be funny though. I'd be listening to some of his little interviews or his shit like that. It should be funny.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I would do it or not.
In a relationship or out of relationship? Because some people would do it when they're single, but in a relationship, would you feel?
If I was in a relationship, I'd probably do it. Simply because I'm not gonna be the person to ask. If it's presented to me, then I'd probably be like, okay, I'll think about it. But I'm not gonna flat out ask like, hey, can we have a threesome? Because that sounds really wild.
Now, outside of a relationship, yeah, that's a no-brainer. But
So so basically you're open, you're comfortable with yourself, but you want to make sure that your partner's comfortable.
Yeah.
So if they bring it up to you, you're like more open-minded to it. You
Yeah.
just don't want to bring it on to them and make them uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
people
fair.
pleaser.
Yeah, like I'll think about it. Sure. What she look like?
Yeah, right. That part.
The thing about it is
I
because
would
if
say
they,
it's like she's a people pleaser, because I don't
She
think
is.
Jalisa's a people pleaser. She's. I feel like you're just, you're willing to like compromise. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
I prefer that person's interest over mine, if that makes sense. Not necessarily over mine, but like I'll think about, hey, how this will affect that person
Right.
in the long run.
Let's
basically.
consider.
what about you?
Been there, done that, had that. Did affect the relationship.
How'd it go?
Still single at 43. Hey!
I meant the threesome. How'd
Oh,
it go?
it's good. Every time it's been good.
What do you think made it affect the relationship?
Okay.
Mhm.
Like, why do you feel like it made the relationship end?
Depends on, well, the ones that pop up in my head.
Other ones.
Mhm.
Multiple. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Essentially, like, the ones when we started doing them, it was because I was bored as fuck. And
You offered it or they did?
I did. No. God damn it.
It was like a mutual thing? Or?
Yeah, it was a mutual thing because it was like, I am so bored because the only thing you want... Literally, I could be... Anyway, the sex was boring as fuck. And so I was like, let's get something else going on here. Which was weird because then, of course, the only time that the other person always looked very similar to me, which not down for that. And so, but anyway, it was always a good time.
My question is to you, like,
Did you answer the question?
Mm-hmm.
he did. He said
It will affect
He
your
said-
relationship.
yeah. Would you do it? I'm sure you said you
I
have
have done it, yes.
But and it has. So he's speaking off experience, not what he would do.
Yeah, no. Have done it, will do it.
I think I missed the part of why did you feel like that affected the relationship?
Well, in the circumstances that it was, the first ones that we were doing in the relationship it was like because I was bored. The other times is because we were both wanting to spice things up and experiment.
So you started it because you were bored and you feel like that...
Well, that was in one relationship. In another relationship, we just wanted to spice things up and have fun with it.
And you got used to that?
Well, no.
That's what
it's
made
just-
the relationship end?
Well, no, that relationship ended because I think I've talked about this on camera. They were still married at the time. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it'll only alter the relationship if, again, there aren't any ground rules set or boundaries.
Yeah, you can't just like pop up at the club and be like, "Hey, they're hot. You want to fuck?" No, we can't do that. You gotta have a conversation about this before we do the rules.
Like, I know about the ones where the other person continues to have sex with that person under the guise that they're friends or whatever.
Was that you?
You can't. No, that was not me. It was essentially what it was. Like that. Like if you. What's always worked best for me, which hasn't worked really good because hello, single still, is the fact of if you have like a three-way with somebody, the third you can't ever do it again. It's a one and done type situation. Because if you start going back to it, well, guess what?
That's when emotions and shit get
Emotions and feelings start going into play. You don't. And they can't spend the night. You gotta go. This is our bed. You gotta go.
You get too comfortable, B.
Right.
Right, we just met you.
Right. You gotta go.
I don't know. I feel like I would do it.
Oh, they're fun. Strongly recommend them. Highly. Top 5.
Not,
Were you about to chime in?
Yeah, not when you're in a relationship. I mean, they're fun, but I think that like it's easier when you have no relationship ties. Now, I've never done it in a relationship.
I think it.
So you would be the third. You wouldn't be in the couple.
Would you go with another couple and do something if you were single and they weren't?
No. Nope.
Okay.
Because if I'm in a relationship, like I said, like I'm cut off from the world at that point.
You wouldn't be the one.
You would be the one in the relationship.
You would be the third.
You're the third.
They would be in a relationship.
They would be in a relationship. And
You're the
couple,
one,
yeah.
right?
The couple ask you, "Hey, do you
Oh
want to?"
no, because I can't do anything that has to do with another guy. No offense.
It could be 2 girls.
Then that's tough, cause I'm kind of different, and most y'all already know that. Like I'm just kind of weird.
Vanilla is an amazing flavor.
This bitch called me vanilla.
What? I've always told him this. You know.
We know. We've heard it
There's
on
a
camera
difference
so many
between vanilla
times.
and just not wanting to be like, to me, like if they're cool, they're cool. But I just don't feel like I could be that person to just, because I already know like that type of stuff kind of makes people feel some type of way at the end of the day, and I just don't want to be that person that they're arguing about if that happens to come that way. So I think like if you're gonna do any type of like that activity, in my opinion, everybody should just be single. Everybody. The moment like you have relationships involved into it, some people are super cool with it, but I'm not gonna be the third wheel. Whether if it has anything to do with the relationship, my side, they side, whatever it has to be, no.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Because then what happens if I get put in some dungeon or some shit? I don't get let out for 7 days. They feed me like once a day. And I get no communication to the outside world. Like, I didn't know what I got myself into because I went over their house. Next thing you know, I'm somewhere like three floors deep under their house.
This is why you tell your friends when you're going. It's like,
I'm not telling y'all bitches. I mean, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'll probably let y'all know.
I would appreciate saying, hey, I'm going off with these people who I don't know and I'm going to this address, you know.
Some things about to go down.
At least know one of them first.
I mean, even if you don't, because God
that's
knows.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, at least get to know them. But I'm just saying.
God
like,
knows I've been to some sketchy fucking things. But somebody knows
What?
what.
Can we fuck text and he answered it.
Right. Because he had me dying when we was talking about the little.
Can I get a face pic?
What's it called? Those, like, it's not like a leather bar or something. It's like when you go into the hallway and they got like these little curtain rooms.
Oh, the back rooms and stuff like
I'm
that.
just like, he said something about like,
Oh.
don't go back there, Daniel, because you're gonna be like, help,
Help! But no, if you're gonna do that, I mean, yeah, by all means, experiment, enjoy life. Because, like, again, y'all are all in y'all's 20s. Like, shit, live it up. 20s is when you can do the stupid shit and not have to worry about anything. Then once you
I
get older,
don't know. You can do stupid shit and regret it for the rest of your life.
okay.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, but at some point, calm down. Relax.
Right. But at the same time, it's like, you know, enjoy what you do. But at the same, but like I said, if you're gonna do it, you have to be safe about it. Like, again, if
I guess I'm just a stickler. I don't know.
if you're gonna run off to somebody's house, again, like I said, we'll all laugh about it. But at the same time, like, I want somebody to know where the fuck I'm going.
Not you gonna be a
Perfectly
hoe.
fine.
Like, hey, this is where I'm going. This was the pin. This is where I'm gonna be at. If you don't hear from me tomorrow, this is my last fucking location.
I'll tell y'all by the end of the night or some shit. A lot can happen in 6 hours.
Oh, you can't be legally missing for 24, so they're not gonna do anything until you're missing for 24 hours.
Yeah, but I can at least look for you.
That part, yeah.
Driving down this back road looking for you. Draw!
Jalisa, he got a fucking musket.
Oh my God, let's go. Grab Daniel, let's go.
Oh, Lord.
So, what do y'all feel like is too far when it comes to the bedroom? Like, is there anything off limits in the bedroom to y'all?
I still wanted to touch on the threesome because I just
Okay.
wanted to say something.
It was
before I
quiet,
feel like-
so we could go ahead and touch on whatever.
In my opinion, I feel like people kind of just get in their feelings because I think the sexual chemistry between 2 out of the 3 people might be more something. Because typically, like when a relationship wants an individual, like one of the people kind of get more
Attached?
more intimate in that moment with the third person. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So that's typically where I feel like the emotions get involved because they feel like there was a moment in the bedroom where somebody was getting more attention, and usually it's like the invited individual.
Someone's always going to.
Correct. Like,
That's the secret to a
I think-
three-way.
I think-
Someone is always going to get more attention than another person.
Yeah, I think that's what
There's-
you had said sometime in the past. You said somebody's gonna be like
Somebody's going to be the third wheel. Every time. Every
that's
time.
That's
yeah.
tragic.
And imagine being in a relationship and then the person that gets brought into your home to have a threesome with your partner, you're the third wheel or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, imagine being the third wheel.
It kind of changes my view a little bit, talking about it a little bit more. I'm
Yeah,
like,
just
because
imagine-
I get aggravated quick.
Right.
So
Imagine being the third wheel though.
Why are you over there doing that?
You ain't did that to me before.
If
Right.
they're not paying attention to you, you're the ugly one. So
Ooh, not the ugly one.
it's the truth.
Well, not necessarily they're ugly. It's just like
That person, the third wheel who rolls up in there with you, they do not find, if they're paying more attention to the other person, they don't find the
I don't think it's
I
that
don't
they're
think that
ugly.
makes
I
them
think
ugly.
it's
I
that
think that
I've
how
never
they-
seen this person before. Let me go all out.
Right. Well, the thing with it is,
they might be attracted to them more. They bring something
Yeah,
different.
because imagine.
well, that's
like,
what I'm saying. Like,
Not necessarily that you're ugly.
I'm not saying that the person's ugly, but
But
that
you
person.
just okay.
Can you let me finish? So,
Okay.
so what it is the third wheel is the one who, if they're paying attention to, say, I'm going to name them 1 and 2 so this doesn't get fucking confusing. If they're paying attention to 2 more than 1, they find number 1 the ugly
They
one.
do.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It depends on how the third wheel is brought into the picture. Because let's just say, hypothetically, like, we're looking for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And you, like, I bring the person into the mix, and that person's not your type, but you say, okay, because I asked, and you want to keep things cool.
Right.
So would you feel like you're ugly because the person that I brought was attracted to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, something like that. Because there's going to be, I feel like there's probably going to be times where, like, whoever's the third person might be geared towards one of the person they already know that
Right.
they're backhand. So it doesn't necessarily make you ugly. It's just
I'm not saying it makes you ugly. What I'm saying is that person, the third wheel, feels that you are the ugly one.
who gives a fuck?
You're the third wheel. Bitch, you're about
Right.
to be-
Nobody cares.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. Nobody cares.
No, they care because it'll make you feel some type of way when you're kind of being left out. I'm just
Okay,
saying.
so
like,
say that
But
third
then
person is showing your significant other more attention than you.
That means I'm the ugly one.
no, it doesn't necessarily mean that.
It's
Because you could bring another person, and then they end up might liking you more. Does that make me the ugly one? You see what I'm saying? Because
that makes
it
you
just-
the ugly one.
It doesn't make you ugly. It's just that whoever is being invited prefers one over the other at that time. So
the terminology that's used. I'm not saying you're ugly.
You're
saying
just the unattractive one in
you're
that situation.
in that situation.
You're
so
not
that-
ugly, but
you're the ugly one.
you're the least preferred.
Yes.
Yes.
You are not the preferred type at this moment.
Right. But thank you for participating.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Some people,
Even
and I think that's kind of where people lose that. They lose that understanding, and that's when they argue. You know.
See, and if you're going,
it makes people feel some type of
that part, like if you're going to have an argument about that at the end of the night, you were not ready for a 3-way.
Absolutely.
So yeah, if you know if this is gonna happen, if you're gonna feel this certain way, because it's gonna happen every time.
Right. So if you're in a relationship and y'all trying to spice things up, and you're ever thinking about a threesome, because I know some people do, and mostly it comes from the guy. That's just me personally. But
So if you're opposed to doing that when you're in a relationship and your partner asks you to have a threesome with someone else, would that end the relationship, or would you try to satisfy them more?
would that end the relationship? It wouldn't end it, but it definitely would. I would disagree, because I don't think I would want that personally. Like, I would hope that the person that I'm with, if we ever talk about stuff like that, then we can kind of come to a conclusion. But I feel like if that's a make or break it for our relationship, then we weren't meant to be to begin with. Because like, I get it, sex is a staple or a part of the relationship. That's where like the intimacy is kind of really built with. So if we're not if like whatever we had is ruined by that, then we just weren't meant to be for each other. Because I know how I am. I have my morals and standards. And I would hope that the person that I'm with can feel the same way. That's why we have 7 billion people on this earth to pick from.
Right.
It just depends. But like Willis said, it can be a bump in the road that can ultimately snowball, and it could damage the relationship.
It's a very dangerous situation.
Yeah.
Every time.
Like he said earlier, it could be a slippery slope. It can one
Right.
way or the other. And so that's why I say, me personally, like, if you're going to do that, do it when you're single. For me, it would only happen when I'm single.
Being the third wheel is fun because you have the most control. You get to pick who you want to play with. You get to do this. That's the fun part.
What? What did you say?
Leave it be. Leave it be.
Thank you, Willis.
You're welcome.
What was your question?
You said the limits.
What's the limits?
Blood, piss, shit.
Okay. I would definitely agree with that. I would definitely agree with that.
Damn ER or what? Emergency.
That's a nursing home.
That is a nursing home.
That's line. Deep, hard line. No. You ain't cutting me, you ain't pissing on me, and you ain't shitting on me, so.
I mean, it's different from a guy because
Squirt is kind of like pee, so.
yeah, like squirt, and then like you never know if like she might just start her period and like it just things happen sometimes, or like I'm not saying I would took nobody's virginity, but things like that happen. So.
Well, no, when I say blood, what I'm referring to is people cutting.
Oh no.
People do that?
Mm-hmm.
They like the lubrication of blood.
No, like they like the feeling the cutting gets. So whenever you're like,
It's a rush.
yeah, and so what happens is whenever you're
too far for
doing
me.
things like they want to be cut.
The twomp it. Play the twomp it. Tell me now.
So yeah, no,
We don't shame.
we're not
we're
shaming. I don't do that. I'm not doing.
We've had that discussion.
We have. I'm not cutting you. You're not cutting me. I'm period.
I'm calling the cops.
I won't piss on you. You won't piss on me.
there we go.
Compromise.
Compromise. I'm not.
What about y'all?
Like Jalisa said, like if a girl squirts, is it technically coming from the same?
It's kind of like pee.
It's
So
kinda like
it's
pee.
basically getting pissed on.
Yeah, it's more.
It's a more satisfying one.
Yeah.
You got rubber sheets. What you getting for Christmas?
Yeah, I wash mine a lot.
Get just that and some Armor All.
What the arm roll?
I had to think about that for a second. Like Rain-X.
Yeah.
That way it beads up
So you just.
and run off.
Complete outside.
I feel like we should have like eased into it. We just went straight for the joke. Can we start on a different side of the rainbow for this?
Whew.
What's your limits?
I don't know. Now mine's don't feel.
Hey, the best for last.
Come on.
That should have been the best for last.
The last and only.
No, can we start with y'all, please?
We've already
We already
started.
I didn't hear nothing about your limits.
I said the same shit.
That's it.
What's yours? You saying that's it?
So he goes to like the furthest left field, and that's where yours goes. Because typically, yes, most people don't want to be shit, pissed, and bled on.
Okay, that.
I mean, hey, you should see some of the shit I get asked.
You're Willis.
I'm not really a fan of like hitting. I mean, a slap on the ass or two, but I'm not a fan of like getting hit in the face, or I'm not that either, or like hitting someone in the face. That's not a turn on for me. So that's a limit.
Bondage.
I've never done it before, so I can't say. I would not be opposed to it, but I haven't done it to say if that's a limit or not.
It's fun. Tie people up.
Where's it at?
The audience agrees.
Yeah, nice audience.
Yep.
Circle back, spin the block.
Yeah, Jalisa. Next.
Huh?
You haven't even said what your limits are. No, we can't go to next until we've all.
Are you trying to think about yours?
No, not really. I mean, mine's are just. This is kind of like what I've already tapped into. You know, I really don't feel like I could do the whole threesome thing. Because if I told myself if I can't the equation, then I won't add another female to the equation. So you got to understand how that has to be fair play.
No, I mean there are people like that who don't
'cause
want to do.
If a woman wants to bring another guy and I tell her no, and I want to bring another girl, then how's that fair? So that's
Right,
why I
it's
completely
not.
eliminate it.
Mhm.
So if we have a problem with that, we'll fuck it out later.
Fuck it out later.
Fuck it out later. I think the limitation in the bedroom for me would probably be any kind of like extreme sport, fisting, any kind of like probing. It's a certain type of probing. Like if you want
Probing?
yeah, like if you want me to put a fucking.
I can feel his face.
Yeah, people like that. There's certain things that people just want you to just put inside of them, and they like that. What are you doing?
What's it called? It's a probing. That just sounds so. Ooh.
What is the proper term
So
for that?
dirty.
What are you talking about? There it
It's
is.
not even a sex toy at that point. They just want you to put stuff in them.
Like what? So you're talking about toys?
No, a bedpost ain't a toy.
Huh?
Ooh.
Oh, you talking about like really large things?
Yeah,
Okay.
Some people really do that.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, like I mean, we're talking about limits here. So if you're talking about limits, you got to think about all the shit that's out there that you just wouldn't do. Like I do bondage. I'm going with that.
But yeah, I mean, like some people like that stuff. Some
50
people
shades
like
of-
to
50
be.
shades of gray shit.
I feel like I can't speak on anything that I haven't done. So
Right.
who knows? It might not be a
But
limit.
that's where the thing is. Like, just think about it. Because I've some things I haven't done either. So, but I'm assuming that I don't like to get punched in the
I'm
face.
not gonna assume. I'm just
Not the face. Mm-hmm.
no. Don't hit me in my fucking face. We gonna be in this room fighting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Real
We'll get
quick.
serious real quick.
Real quick.
We right
is
on
there anything
top.
outside of like that type of stuff that's like off limits in the bedroom, or is it just we're talking about like sex in general?
Huh?
We're talking about just sex in general in the bedroom.
I don't know.
I will say this: I don't like to be tickled. I'm not a tickle person. Like, there's people who like to be tickled or watch people get tickled. I'm not that kind of person. I will put that out
Watch
there.
people be tickled. They do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a lot of
Punch somebody
shit.
to tickle me.
Do what?
I probably punch somebody to tickle me.
Tickling doesn't ever make me mad, but
I just don't like it.
I will definitely say I'm not responsible for my actions when you tickle me.
That part.
That's it.
So not
That's
as,
my
not as
disclaimer.
extreme as blood piss shit, but I don't like to be tickled. Don't do that.
I feel like the easier question is what would you prefer? Because what you don't, there's a lot of things people wouldn't want to do in the bedroom. Like when you talk about what you, because if you talk about that, like most of the time it makes everybody sound vanilla.
What I prefer, see, it's actually easier to say what I don't prefer.
Is it?
Because I mean, I'm sorry. Like again, as we
Because you've already went. I feel like you've already went super left field. So like it's kind of, it's hard to pull in from that.
well, no, I mean,
I guess I don't know. It's hard because like I'm just.
All right, guys.
All
That
right.
wraps up another episode of Triple P and J.
As always, make sure y'all gotta throw that in there.
always.
Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Turn your notification bell on so you can see when we post new content. And as always, share our shit. Thank
Please
you.
and thanks.
Y'all have a good night.